Disney needs to make these 5 Star Wars series. Hey guys, welcome back. I was recently watching Noah over on Rogue Nation, and he had a video about the Star Wars projects that Disney needs to make next. And that got me thinking, what Star Wars projects would I like to see Disney make next? So we're going to do a countdown. Let's hop right in. For number 5, I would like to see a story about the rise of the First Order. We already have a political type story in Andor where we're exploring the politics of the Empire and how the rebellion comes about. Well, I would like to see the opposite of that. I would like to see how the First Order comes about in a time of the New Republic. I think that would be very interesting, especially knowing now that Palpatine does pull the strings and there's a lot of his own influence going into the First Order. I think it would pull the curtain back a little bit, and I think it would make the sequel trilogy maybe a little more enjoyable for some people. And I don't know that there's anything they could do better than explain how these bad guys actually came about. So number 5, I would love to see a First Order story. Number 4, this one actually seems pretty realistic to happen, and that would be a Tales of the Sith. When Tales of the Jedi came out, I don't know anybody that doesn't like that. Those little short stories following Ahsoka and Count Dooku, they were great to watch. They were animated, they were good stories, very short, but kept your attention. We get Qui-Gon, we get Mace Windu, we see Count Dooku fall into the dark side. They're very good stories, and that had me thinking, how cool would it be to have an animated short series about Tales of the Sith? We could get backstory on Palpatine killing Plagueis. We could go even further back than that and see Plagueis as an apprentice or as a master. We could have a Darth Maul origin story. There's a lot of possibilities to explore. We don't have a ton on screen about them, and really the off-screen materials, whether it be comics or books, a lot of people don't read those. I do, but a lot don't. So I think it would be cool to see that on screen, and it would really only be like an hour of watch time total. So it's not something that would be completely difficult for Disney to pull off either. Number 3, and I think this would probably be an animated series as well, would be an Ahsoka and Sabine story after Rebels. After seeing Ahsoka, we know that Ahsoka trains Sabine as her Padawan, and we know things kind of fall apart. So I would like to see that story told over a few seasons. I want to see them going around having adventures. I want to see her training Sabine, and then the climax of this series could be where Ahsoka and Sabine part ways. I think that would be a great story. It fills in some gaps we don't have. It's characters that most people like. It would essentially be a continuation of Rebels. We could still get some of our Rebels characters in there. We could see Zeb, we could see Chopper, we could see Hera and Jason. There's a lot there that we could have happen, and so I would like to see that. It also does some world building in the time of the Empire and the post-Empire, which we've been doing a lot of world building anyways, so I think it would make sense to expand upon that and let us know what exactly happened with Sabine and Ahsoka. Number 2, another sequel-ish area show that I think would enhance most people's sequel viewing experience, and that would be a story following Luke Skywalker and Ben Solo. Ben Solo is an incredibly interesting character. Adam Driver does a great job with him and as Kylo Ren, and who doesn't want more Luke Skywalker? This story could go a couple different ways. It could be animated, and it would really take the burden off of trying to get these actors back in, which may be the path of least resistance. Or if they really wanted to spend on this, they could get Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things. He's always the person that people throw out there as portraying a young Ben Solo or young Kylo Ren, and then they could deep fake Luke if they were interested in doing that. They've done it before and they've gotten pretty good at it. They've come a really long way from Mando season 2. We see pieces of it in literature and it's really fun to read, so seeing it on screen I think would be a big hit with Star Wars fans, and really people are going to show up to watch Luke Skywalker. So this will be a great way to maybe bridge that gap between fans of only the originals and prequels and fans of the sequels, because we get Ben Solo, we get Luke Skywalker, we get a compelling story. It seems like a win-win for me. And coming in at number 1, this is my most wanted series that Disney could make, and this would be a live-action Vader series. This could take place between episode 3 and 4. It could fill in the gaps between 4 and 5, 5 and 6, whatever you wanted to say. Hayden Christensen could play Darth Vader. We would get a lot of Vader reconciling with the fact that he's no longer Anakin, with the loss of Padme, his hatred for Obi-Wan. There's a lot of story that could be told here. If you've read the comics that have came out lately following Darth Vader, they are so good. So there's a lot of really cool story there, and if they just made the comics live action, I think a lot of people would like to see that too if you haven't read those. Darth Vader, Anakin, that's my favorite Star Wars character, so it's no surprise that I would like to see more of that on screen. Everyone likes Darth Vader. He's probably one of the most iconic villains in all of entertainment history. I don't think you could go wrong making this series and bringing Hayden back to explore that side of Anakin. It just seems like a really good idea to me. Let me know in the comments what Star Wars series you would like to see. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out one of these two videos next.